Melanin Magic Baby. I'm Jade, and today's video is going to be about how my sister got pregnant by my ex. I know. But I feel like the reason I want to tell this story is because I think it's funny. And I'm going to be changing their names because I'm not going to be, you know, we're not gonna acknowledge their names, okay? So we're gonna call them Sally and Harry. So yeah. So I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of backstory before we get into the initial story, because backstory is always important in horror movie plots and other life circumstances. You always have to know the facts. So really quickly, so this is like a little side story within the story. Girl, just keep up, okay? Just keep up with me, okay? Stay focused. We're here, okay? We're here. So my mother, back in, well, yeah, for like I think 20 years, my mom was taking in foster kids. She was a foster parent, and at this time she had already adopted 4 out of 5. I'm the 5th one. She adopted 4 out of 5 of my siblings. So, you know, being a foster parent, you take in different kids because their parents obviously are not there to care for them. And so my mom took in Sally when she was a baby because her mom couldn't take care of her for whatever reason. I still don't know to this day, but she couldn't take care of Sally. So my mom took Sally in and took care of her. Eventually, Sally went on back with her real mother, but Sally still stayed in me and my siblings' life. Like, we did really grow up together. Okay, so that's why the sister part fits in. And for years she always called us her sisters. We're sisters. And you know what I'm saying? Like, she grew up with my family. Like, she knew my brother, she knew my cousins, she knew my nieces, my nephews, like aunts, everything. She knew my family. And so regardless of anything, she was somebody, like, if we saw her at a function, it's not like, oh, who is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, she's a part of our family. And I keep emphasizing that because, you know, so anyway. So fast forward to 2017, I had gone into a relationship with Harry. Me and Harry were together. First of all, he was just not the one for me, but at that time, I was like 20 years old. I was so in love, you know what I'm saying? I was so in love, and I loved this guy or whatever. And so me and, you know, Harry were together. And at one point in time, Harry lost his job, and he was going through a tough time with, you know, worrying about money or whatever, things like that. And to be honest, our relationship wasn't the greatest. This was like my first relationship ever, so I had never been in a relationship. But like I said, he wasn't the person that was gonna help me understand anyway, because he himself was a cornball. Okay, so anyway, Sally lived like maybe 10-15 minutes from me. And at that time, she would come. I didn't have a car. So neither one of us had a car. And so sometimes Sally would come pick me and Harry up, and we would go over to her house with her husband. Okay, because at the time, Sally was married. But she didn't even like her husband. And that's a whole nother video for a whole different day. But anyway, fast forwarding. So sometimes me and Harry and Sally would all hang out together. And what I started to notice was whenever like we would go over there, Harry was just doing a little bit too much for my liking with Sally. And I asked him about it. I was like, so do you like her or something? Like, you're acting really strange, acting really different around her. Like, you cater to her, you be talking to her, you barely even talk to me. Like, so I was just like, what's going on? And trust me, my intuition has never, ever steered me wrong. Let's just get that out the way now, okay? So I asked him about it. I said, do you like her? He was like, oh, I don't like your sister, you're insecure. And I was just like, what? Like, I'm not being insecure. I'm just asking you because the actions that you're showing are telling me like you're being weird toward her, you feel me? So he was like, no, you're just being insecure, whatever. And so at that time I was like, maybe I am being insecure. You know, I internalized it instead of just going with my intuition, going with my gut, being right. I internalized it instead, and I was like, you know what, maybe I am being insecure, let me just brush it off or whatever. Because, you know, Sally is not like that. You know, he wouldn't do that, you know what I'm saying? And that's where I was wrong. Moving on. It was too close for comfort, you know what I mean? So, fast forward to maybe like, let's say March of 2018. At that point, our relationship was pretty much down the toilet. I wasn't happy with him. Yeah, I don't even know why I held on to him for so long. I'm learning I grew from that, okay? We're not doing that no more. So anyway, March of 2018, my relationship with Harry was pretty much down the toilet. And I was confiding in Sally about my relationship with Harry. You know, me and her would talk about things, and she would tell me a lot of stuff about her husband. And yeah, that's us. You know, she would tell me things about her relationship, how she got through it. And we were just kind of, you know, being cool. Like, you know, she was really starting to feel like a play sister or a god sister, whatever she wanted to call her fucking self. She was starting to feel like that. You know, we were going over there a lot. I was confiding with her. She was telling me things. It was pretty cool. But like I said, March of 2018, Harry got a job in a different city away from where I lived, and he had to move out. So, you know, that happened. And I remember I had this feeling in my gut like, this guy is cheating on me. This guy is just a piece of crap. So fast forward again, because we're not even going to get into all of those small details. We're going to try to speed this along here. Get this story out, honey child. So fast forward, Harry broke up with me because he was already messing with other girls. And I remember I was crying to Sally like, oh, Harry broke up with me. He's already with another girl. And Sally was like, you don't need him. He's obviously, you're too good for him. He doesn't know what he wants you. He doesn't deserve you. All this bullshit coming out of her mouth. And I was like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, but you know. So, again, a few days later or so, I went back to her house crying to her. You know, I was so heartbroken. I was so in love with this guy, like so distraught. And when I went over there, she was like, oh yeah, me and him talked. Like, why? And at that time, I didn't think anything of it. Like, I should have been thinking something of it, but I wasn't, because I was so hung up over this stupid ass dude. So I was just like, well, what did he say? Like, what were you guys talking about? And she was like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about
it. Don't worry about it, sweetheart.
It. And I was like, huh? Like, what do you mean don't worry about it? This is my ex-dude. Like, first of all. And now that I think about it, I should have been side-eyeing her, because that's just hella weird to me. That's really weird to me. But anyways, she was like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And then she ended up telling me that he said that he, you know, he needed to focus on himself, that our relationship wasn't good or whatever. And so I was just like, okay, like, whatever. He talked to you, anything like that. And like I said, I should have been thinking more of it at the time, but that was just always weird to me. And so again, a few days or weeks later, I get into an argument with my mom over this dude, because I was like crying over him and all that stuff. My mom's like, leave him alone, don't talk to him, and like, get him out of your head, like, you don't need him, stop crying over him. And so she called my sister, my actual sister, and my sister comes over, and her and my mom are talking about me. And then my mom calls Sally, and Sally comes over here trying to run some shit, like she pays bills in this house, and she took my phone. First of all, girl, I was a grown woman. Like, you don't pay this phone bill if you don't give me back my damn phone. She took my phone, and she was like, you need to talk to him. Forget about him. Why are you crying over this dude? All this other bullshit. And I was just like, it's my life. Let me live my life. You know what I mean? So she was like, fine. So eventually Sally leaves. And after that, me and Sally don't talk for a few years. Now, in the midst of, between 2018 to 2020, I was still dealing with Harry, but we weren't in a relationship. I officially stopped dealing with him in 2018. And after that, we weren't really talking. He had went to jail for basically domestic violence against me. Yeah, so he went to jail for that. Actually, he went to prison. He went to prison for that. Upstate. Went to prison for it. And he got out. And he was living his life, doing what he wants to do. He kept calling me from different numbers. Sometimes I would entertain it, to be honest. Other times I wouldn't. By this point, so now, yeah, he got out in 2020. So by the time he got out, I wasn't in a relationship with the boyfriend I have now, but I was still dating around, talking to different people. So yeah, I wasn't really worried about Harry, like, at all. Like, what he put me through, I was like done. And I wasn't talking to Sally either. I had talked to her maybe like in 2019 or so, maybe 2019, I think. And you know, it was kind of like awkward or whatever, but it was still kind of cool. So, but we weren't really like on the terms we were before, in, you know, 2018. So at this time, in 2020, I was single, and Harry had got out. He kept trying to call me from different numbers, like I said, but I was just kind of over him at that point. And so fast forward to 2020. I think it was 2020, maybe. I don't know what time this was, but I was in a relationship with the boyfriend that I have now. Baby, if you're watching this, I love you. But anyway, I was in a relationship with the boyfriend I have now, and Harry was still trying to get in contact with me because this man just could not take a hint, like a restraining order. What else did you need? Because really, you shouldn't have been calling me because you could have went back to jail. But anyway, like, I digress. So at this point, I'm in a whole different relationship. One day I get a call from this number. I answer it. It's Harry. And I know I shouldn't be talking to him, but I'm just like, let's see what let's see what he has to say. So I'm in the car with my mom, mind you. I'm in the car with my mom, and I'm like, Mom, oh, this dude can't take a hint. He's pathetic. And yeah, I'm roasting him because that's exactly what he is for what he did to me, pathetic. So I answered and I said, hello. I put him on speaker. He was like, yeah, hello. He was trying to sound all sweet and caring. Like, he was like, yeah, hello. I was like, yeah, who is this? He's like, oh, you know who it is. It's me, Harry. And I was like, yeah, so what's up? He's like, oh, I got something to tell you. I don't know how you're going to react, right? And I was like, what is it? And at that point, he got mad because his tone changed. He was like, oh, yeah, so that's why I got your sister pregnant. And I was just thinking, like, hold up. Because both of my sisters hate your ass. And one of them is a lesbian. So, like, how did that happen? Like, tell me, sweetheart. And then I started putting it together in my head. I was like, Sally? And he was like, yeah, Sally. And I guess he wanted me to really be mad about it. But in reality, I just really didn't care. I was just glad that I never got pregnant by him. Namaste. So yes, that was beautiful. I never got pregnant by him. And so when he said it, he wanted me to be mad because he was like laughing. And that's the kind of person he is. He's such an a-hole. Like, he wants to do stuff to hurt you, but he didn't understand that I was so so healed and past him. He thought it was gonna hurt me, but it didn't. I was just like, okay, like, do you want a cookie? And he got so pissed off. And I just hung up in his face because he started to try to talk shit. And I was like, you're not my man. I don't have to, no, you're not nobody I need to be on the phone with. I don't have to put up with this from you. Okay? Hung up that phone so fast. And I was like, Mom, he's telling me he got Sally pregnant. And so the being the person that I am to confront shit when it happens, I called Sally because I still had her number. I called Sally because I just wanted to see if it was true. That was it. Like, I wanted to see if she would just be that low to like do that. And mind you, Sally never knew what happened in my relationship with Harry after I stopped talking to her in 2018. Even though I was still dealing with Harry like times after that, she didn't know what was going on. At this time, I called up Sally and she was like, hello. I was like, hey, like, what's up? She was like, what's going on? I was like, yeah, so Harry just called me and told me he got you pregnant. And she was like, so why does it matter? And I'm just like, what do you mean? Like, it doesn't matter. On my end, it wasn't that he got her pregnant. It was the fact that she slept with him. Like, because, like, you're weird as fuck for that. You're weird. That's why I just don't trust women or men. I don't trust people who try to be all up in your face, smiley, because they'll be the same people that really do some messed up stuff to you. And that's exactly what she did. She said on the phone talking about, oh, why does it matter? I'm like, it doesn't, but I just want to know, to be honest. And she was like, then you don't need to know. And I was like, oh, I see how you are. And you know what? For like 5 minutes, I was like, wow, how could she? But then I got over it. And so months later, like I said, I literally forgot about it because I just didn't care. I still really don't care. I'm only making this video for entertainment purposes because I feel like my life is literally like a movie. And wait till y'all see the more story times to come because, child. But anyway, like I said, months later go by. I'm living my best life. You know what I'm saying? And my sister gets some intel from somebody. My sister be getting all the tea. Okay? And she calls me and she's like, did you hear that Sally's baby, Sally was pregnant with twins? One of them died. And, you know, Harry's the father. And I was like, yeah, I knew. I was like, I knew that already. I don't care. And next, like, okay, like she had the baby. Great. That's congratulations. That's awesome. I don't care. Like that doesn't affect me because it's not my life. And I feel like my family, once a lot of people in my family started like picking up on what's really going on, um, they kind of already just like hitting me up like, oh, did you know? Did you know? And I was like, yeah, but I just did not care because I'm at a point in my life where I'm in a whole different relationship. I healed from what he put me through, from what he did to me, and she just don't matter. Like she's not in my life. Like she don't matter to me. You feel me? Like she's nobody to me.
She doesn't even go here.
I'm never gonna like be friends with her or be cool with her ever in life. That's just how that is. You know what I'm saying? It's the principle. And the crazy part is like, only certain people know who the baby daddy is, who he really. She's dealing with her karma with him, and it's rightfully so. Karma don't play. She'll put you right back in your place if you think you're getting over on somebody. She'll surprise you really quickly, and she's already getting her karma. That's her problem, her headache. Only thing I wish is that she would have just been a woman about it and said, yeah. Because it's like at this point, if it doesn't matter, then don't be a bitch. Just say it. Because you already messed up by being a weirdo and sleeping with my ex. That we used to come over to your house. But yeah, guys. My sister got pregnant by my ex-boyfriend and had his baby. And do you want to know the more messed up part about it? Is that my mom held that baby. She was still talking to Sally. And I know what you're thinking, like, oh, well, the baby didn't do anything. You know, Sally didn't do anything to your mom. But it's just the principle. Because my mom knows what I went through with Harry. She knows what role Sally played. And so for her to still even be okay with that really, really bothered me. But I sat back and I realized you can't always do something. You have to just sometimes take the pill and swallow it. And like I said, it doesn't bother me anymore. Like I have so much going on in my life right now. That's the least of my worries. Again, this video was only for entertainment purposes. I hope you guys enjoy my story time. There'll be plenty more to come. I have some stories for you guys. Some stories. And I'm low-key exposing myself on YouTube, but it's okay. Make sure you guys like this video and you guys subscribe to my channel. I will have so many more videos coming your way very, very soon. Please bear with me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to only get better as this goes along. Thank you guys for tuning in. More videos coming soon. Bye.